Life can feel like a constant tug of war, right? We're pulled between our emotions and our logic. It's like trying to walk a tightrope between what we feel and what we think. That's where Dialectical Behavior Therapy, or DBT, comes in. DBT is like a toolbox for your mind. It gives you practical skills to manage difficult emotions, navigate relationships, and build a life you want to live. One of the most powerful tools in the DBT kit is the concept of wise mind. Think of wise mind as a sweet spot between your heart and your head. It's that place of balance where you can make decisions that are both emotionally intelligent and logically sound. DBT teaches us that our minds operate in three main states: emotion mind, reason mind, and wise mind. Understanding these states is the first step to unlocking the power of wise mind. We've all been there. You get some bad news and suddenly you're overwhelmed with sadness, anger, or fear. Your heart races, your thoughts spiral, and you might say or do things you later regret. That's emotion mind taking over. In the emotion mind, feelings rule the roost. Logic and reason take a back seat. Imagine a roller coaster. It's thrilling, but unpredictable. Emotion mind can feel like that. It's intense and immediate. Let's say your boss criticizes your work. In emotion mind, you might feel defensive and lash out. You might say something like, you're wrong, I worked hard on that. Later, when you've cooled down, you might regret your reaction. It's important to acknowledge and validate our emotions. But when emotion mind is in the driver's seat all the time, it can lead to impulsive decisions and strained relationships. Now imagine the opposite extreme. You're faced with a problem, and you approach it like a robot, analyzing facts and figures without a hint of emotion. That's reason mind in control. Reason mind is logical, analytical, and objective. It's great for problem solving, planning, and making rational decisions. But when reason mind dominates, we can become cold, detached, and out of touch with our feelings and the feelings of others. Let's go back to the example of your boss criticizing your work. In reason mind, you might respond by saying, "Thank you for the feedback. I will review my work and make the necessary revisions." While this is a perfectly reasonable response, it lacks any emotional awareness or empathy. Both emotion mind and reason mind have their strengths and weaknesses. The key is to find a balance between the two, and that's where wise mind comes in. Imagine a place where your heart and mind work together in perfect harmony. That's your wise mind. It's the state of mind where you can access both your emotions and your logic to make sound decisions and navigate life's challenges with grace. Wise mind isn't about suppressing your emotions or ignoring logic. It's about finding the synthesis between the two. Think of it like this. Emotion mind gives you valuable information about your needs and values. Reason mind helps you process that information and make thoughtful choices. Wise mind integrates the two. When you're operating from wise mind, you're able to recognize and understand your emotions without being overwhelmed by them. You can acknowledge your feelings without letting them control you. Consider different perspectives and make rational decisions, even in emotionally charged situations. Communicate your needs and boundaries assertively and respectfully. Cope with difficult situations and bounce back from setbacks. Wise mind is the key to living a more balanced, fulfilling, and meaningful life. It's the foundation for emotional regulation, healthy relationships, and personal growth. The 4 tools in the Wise Mind's toolkit: mindfulness, regulation, effectiveness, and tolerance. Wise mind isn't just a concept. It's a skill set you can develop and strengthen over time. DBT provides practical tools to help you access and cultivate your wise mind. These tools fall into 4 main categories. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting swept away by them. Mindfulness helps you create space between your emotions and your reactions, allowing wise mind to emerge. Emotion regulation involves learning to manage your emotions effectively. It's not about suppressing or denying your feelings, but rather understanding and coping with them in healthy ways. Interpersonal effectiveness involves building and maintaining healthy relationships. It's about communicating your needs and boundaries assertively, listening to and respecting others, and navigating conflict constructively. Distress. Tolerance involves developing the ability to cope with difficult situations and tolerate uncomfortable emotions. It's about accepting reality as it is, even when it's painful, and finding ways to get through challenging times without making things worse. By developing these skills, you create a solid foundation for accessing and operating from Wise Mind. Tapping into Wise Mind. Practical steps for everyday life. You don't need to be a meditation guru or a DBT expert to tap into your Wise Mind. Here are a few simple yet powerful practices you can incorporate into your daily life. Mindful breathing. Take a few moments to focus on your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently guide it back to your breath. This simple practice can help you ground yourself in the present moment and create space for the Wise Mind to emerge. Body scan meditation. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Bring your attention to your toes. Notice any sensations you feel: warmth, tingling, or pressure. Slowly move your attention up through your body, noticing each part as you go. This practice helps you connect with your body and become aware of physical sensations, which can be valuable cues for understanding your emotions. Reflective journaling. Set aside time daily to write down your thoughts and feelings. Don't censor yourself, just let it flow. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What thoughts are running through my head? What sensations am I experiencing in my body? Journaling can help you process your emotions, gain clarity, and identify patterns in your thinking. What versus how? Questions. When you're faced with a difficult situation, try asking yourself what questions instead of how questions. For example, instead of asking, how am I going to get through this? Ask, what do I need to do right now? What questions help you focus on problem solving and taking action? While how questions can lead to rumination and worry. Self-compassion. Break. When you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, take a few moments to practice self-compassion. Place your hand over your heart and say to yourself, may I be kind to myself in this moment. May I be patient with myself. May I be understanding with myself. Self-compassion helps you quiet your inner critic and approach yourself with kindness and care. Remember, cultivating Wise Mind is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself, practice regularly, and celebrate your progress along the way. Wise Mind in action. Real-life examples and benefits. Let's bring Wise Mind to life with a few real-world scenarios. Imagine you're stuck in traffic, running late, and another driver cuts you off. The emotion mind might tempt you to honk, yell, or make a rude gesture. The reason mind might remind you that it's not worth getting worked up over. The Wise Mind, however, would recognize your frustration, acknowledge the urge to react, and then help you choose a more skillful response. You might take a deep breath, remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes, and focus on what you can control in your driving. Another example, a friend asks you to help them move on the same day you have a big presentation at work. The emotion mind might say yes out of guilt or fear of disappointing them. The reason mind might calculate the logistics and conclude that it's impossible. The Wise Mind would consider both your needs and your friend's needs. You might say something like, I'm so sorry, but I won't be able to help you move that day. I have a major work commitment. How about I treat you to pizza afterwards? One final example, you need to have a difficult conversation with your partner about a recurring issue in your relationship. The emotion mind might lead to blaming, criticizing, or shutting down. The reason mind might analyze the situation logically, but without empathy. The Wise Mind would help you approach the conversation with compassion, understanding, and a willingness to listen. You might start by saying, I've been noticing that we've been arguing more lately, and I'd like to find a way to communicate more effectively. As you can see, Wise Mind empowers you to make choices that are in your best interest while still being considerate of others. Wise Mind in relationships. Building stronger bonds. Relationships can be both incredibly rewarding and incredibly challenging. Wise Mind is an invaluable tool for navigating the complexities of human connection. When you approach relationships from a place of Wise Mind, you're able to communicate more effectively. Wise Mind helps you express your needs and boundaries clearly and respectfully, while also being receptive to the needs and boundaries of others. Wise Mind fosters empathy, compassion, and understanding. By practicing Wise Mind in your relationships, you can create stronger bonds, navigate challenges with grace, and experience more joy, love, and connection. Wise mind for resilience. Bouncing back from challenges. Life is full of ups and downs. Challenges are inevitable. But it's not the challenges themselves that define us. It's how we respond to them. Wise mind equips us with the skills to navigate adversity with resilience and emerge from difficult experiences stronger than before. When you face setbacks, wise mind helps you accept reality as it is. Wise mind allows you to acknowledge the situation without judgment, denial, or resistance. Acceptance is the first step to moving forward. Wise mind helps you step back from the situation, assess your options, and make thoughtful decisions about how to proceed. Wise mind reminds you that you can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control your reactions. By cultivating wise mind, you can develop an unshakable inner strength that will help you weather any storm. Cultivating your wise mind. A journey to well-being. Unlocking the power of wise mind is a journey, not a destination. It's a lifelong practice of self-awareness, skill building, and compassionate self-care. As you continue on your journey, remember these key takeaways. You already have wise mind within you. It's not something you need to create. It's something you need to uncover and cultivate. The more you practice the skills of mindfulness, emotion regulation, interpersonal effectiveness, and distress tolerance, the easier it will become to access and operate from wise mind. There will be times when you slip into emotion mind or reason mind. That's okay. Just notice it without judgment and gently guide yourself back to wise mind. By embracing the principles of DBT and committing to the practice of wise mind, you can transform your relationship with yourself, your relationships with others, and your experience of the world around you. Start today and watch your life unfold with greater peace, purpose, and fulfillment.